So hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If this is your first time here, my name is Trish and I love to focus on skincare, especially botanically driven skincare. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite cleansers, or at least the ones that I am using right now, the ones that I'm absolutely loving right now. I am wanting to talk about cleansers because my last video was the last one in the series that I was doing regarding actives. The first video I did talked about AHAs and vitamin C. The second one I did in that series, I spoke about retinoids and botanical retinols, like botanical alternatives for retinol. And then the one I just did in my last video was talking about nourishing actives. So if you haven't seen those videos, definitely go check them out. I will link them down below, of course. So in terms of the skincare that I use, I pretty much spoke about all the skincare that I use in those 3 videos. And the only thing that was really left out in terms of the skincare that I'm currently using is cleansers. And so I figured that I would go ahead and talk about cleansers in this video. So then I would pretty much have 4 videos really encompassing the skincare that I'm currently using once I wrap up with this video talking about cleansers. But before we get into the cleansers, I just want to mention real quickly, we are getting into that time of year where it's a little bit more difficult for me to do videos on a regular basis. There was a lag time, about 3 to 4 weeks between the video that I did last week and the one prior to that, and that is because my older son is home from college. And then also things are a little bit hectic. My younger son is graduating from high school. He's going off to college, and obviously my priority right now is hanging out with my kids, spending as much time with my younger son before he heads off to college. And then my older son is back from college. So like I said, my focus is really going to be spending time with my boys. And then also I have a full house again, and it's just harder for me to sit down with a quiet house and be able to film videos. So I don't know what my schedule is going to look like over the next few months. But I do have a quiet house, surprisingly, today, so I'm able to put out this video today. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I'm gonna start with the Fortuna Skin Micellar Essence, and I did cutaways for this video so that you can get a closer look of what these products look like in action. And what I did for this particular one is I put a little swatch of my favorite Victoria Beckham bronze eyeliner on my hand so that you can see what it looks like wiping it clean with the micellar essence. I don't necessarily use this particular product as a makeup remover, although you obviously can use it as a makeup remover. I typically use it at nighttime as a second cleanse. I just love how it feels on my skin. It's a micellar cleanser, obviously, but it's also an essence. So it has beautiful ingredients like their organic olive leaf water. And I love leaving that on my skin because it has such beautiful skincare benefits. So I like leaving it on my skin. So I like using it after a cleansing oil, but I really like using it after the Fortuna Skin Cleansing Oil Balm. And again, I do have a cutaway of myself using this just on my hand so that you can see what the balm looks like, just kind of smoothed over my hand. Now, right now it is warm. We're moving into the summer right now, so you can see that it looks pretty smooth going onto the skin. In the winter, it definitely was a little bit more stiff, a little bit more of a sturdy type of texture. So I did have to warm it up in my fingertips, but right now that it's warmer, it just smooths over the skin very easily. And then you apply water to it, and then it just turns into a beautiful milky cleanser. And then it just rinses off very cleanly with the water. And then your skin is just left very supple, and it does an excellent job of taking off makeup and cleansing your skin. And then after you wipe it off and pat it dry with a towel, your skin just feels really lovely and beautiful. And as I've mentioned before in previous videos, I love using these two together. So I'll cleanse my skin first with the balm and then finish up with the micellar essence. And I just love using these two together. And I do have a code for 15% off with Fortuna. All of my codes are down below, so I don't wanna have to mention that every single time with these brands that I do have codes for. So definitely check down below before you do make a purchase, because I do have codes with several of these brands. And I do want to mention real quickly that I still am really loving these Clean Circle skincare pads. This is what I used in that cutaway with the micellar essence. They're really lovely, and I am still really enjoying those. So next up is the Nini Organics Utopia, and you'll see that I'm almost done with this. So I didn't pump this out in the cutaway. I had to remove the top and then, kind of pat out some of the product onto my palm. So like I said, you won't see me pumping that out. But I really love this product. It is one of those thicker cream type of cleansers that again turn into more of that milky type of cleanser once you apply water to it, and it just feels so great on the skin. It has a really lovely kind of marshmallowy vanilla type of scent, and it's just very luxurious. Like I said, it's very thick and creamy, and I absolutely love it. It is on the expensive side though, so I would say that this is kind of one of those luxurious type of splurgy, milky, creamy cleansers. But I do think it is worth the splurge. So if you are interested in Nini Organics, especially if you want to check out Rain, I do have a code down below with Nini Organics where you do get a free Rain as a gift with purchase. So this would definitely be something that I would add to cart if you do like those kind of thick cream type of cleansers. This is my second or third bottle of this, and I absolutely love it and would have no problem purchasing it in the future again. Another cleanser that I have just absolutely fallen head over heels in love with is the Jordan Samuel Matinee Cream Cleanser. When it comes to Jordan Samuel, these are products that have just become staples, favorites of mine, favorites of my family's, and this one is just absolutely no exception. You'll see in the cutaway that I squeezed the bottle a little bit too hard, so the dollop that came out is quite large, but I love this so much, and I'm almost out of this tube that I am saving that for another use because I do not want to waste this at all. And you'll see that, again, this is another one of those cleansers where you apply some water to it and it turns into this really beautiful kind of milky, slightly lathery type of textures. It's hard to get it to lather up just when you see it on my hand, but it does kind of lather up slightly like when you're in the shower and the water's really warm, and if you kind of rub it in your hands kind of aggressively, it does have a slight lather to it. But if you don't want it to lather and you just want it to be just really smooth and gentle just on your skin, then it doesn't necessarily lather every time. If you really do want to get that slight lather, you can get it to do that. But anyway, this is one of those very gentle, creamy, clay-based cleansers that is really just, unique, very special. I just absolutely love this. This is one of those cleansers that I like to keep in the shower because I like to reach for it when I'm slightly, kind of sweaty and grimy, but yet I don't necessarily want something that's going to feel, too aggressive or too clarifying. So I like to reach for it under those circumstances, but yet I feel like it's gentle enough when I want a morning cleanse that feels nourishing and gentle. I don't know, it's just like one of those all-purpose cleansers that I can just use for really anything. It's a first cleanse, it's a second cleanse. I just absolutely love it and will definitely be getting this again. So for those of you who like those thick, creamy, clay-based types of cleansers, I would definitely give this a try for sure. If you are on the market for a foaming cleanser, and I know that a lot of you are looking for a dupe or a replacement for the Earthwise Beauty Marshmallow Cleanser, I'm sad to say I have not found anything that is a replacement for that. I am still personally on the market for that. If any of you out there have found anything that even comes close, please do share that in the comments below, because there are so many people, including myself, that are looking for that. I would say that is probably one of the top questions I'm getting in my DMs on Instagram and here in the comments on YouTube. So yeah, unfortunately, I have not come up with anything. I've been doing searches online at, Credo and Detox to find something, but I just haven't found anything that comes close. I'm kind of interested in the Alpen Beauty foaming cleanser that they have. Looks like that might be something good to try. I think Osea makes a foaming cleanser that I'm willing to give a shot at. But yeah, just nothing is really piquing my interest. Lib Botanical makes a foaming cleanser that is really lovely, but it does not give the same experience. It's not quite as silky as the Earthwise Beauty, and it doesn't have the same scent profile. It is more of that gel type of cleanser. And also it doesn't have any of the essential oils in it, which may be a good thing for some of you who are sensitive to essential oils, but you know, you might want to give that one a try. But now this brings me to the Rose MD Superfruit Brightening Cleanser. I have really been enjoying this. I do find this to be silky. It's not quite as silky as the Earthwise Beauty Marshmallow Cleanser, but it is silky. It has a very silky texture. I do not find this stripping at all. I find this to be quite a luxurious experience. You will see in the cutaway that it is foaming. It's not hyper foaming though, and I wouldn't say that I found the marshmallow cleanser to be hyper foamy either. So I do highly recommend this. I've been enjoying it. You get a giant tube. I think it is, you know, for the price point, which I can't remember right off the top of my head. I think it's in the $40 range. I do also have a code for this, so I do feel like it's a very good buy. You don't need very much for it to be efficacious. I am pretty liberal though with my use of this because I do kind of like that, you know, very luxurious feeling that you get when you use a lot of a cleanser. But I really like this. We'll definitely be getting this in the future, but huge rave for the Rose MD Superfruit Brightening Cleanser. And then of course, no cleanser roundup would be complete without the Lib Botanical Cleansing Oil. This has been a favorite of mine for so many years. For those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, know that this is always on my favorites list and my empties. I just can't get enough of this cleansing oil. This has the most beautiful scent of lemon balm. So if you like that lemony type of scent, it is so gorgeous. In fact, when I was doing the cutaway for this video, you know, just smelling that lemon balm just kind of sends me to this very relaxing place, and the texture is gorgeous. It makes for a beautiful, just kind of bouncy massage. And then it is a cleansing oil that does emulsify off with water, so it rinses away with water, but it does not feel stripping whatsoever. If anything, you do still feel a little bit of the oil on your skin. I'm hesitant to say the word residue because I feel like that has a negative connotation, but you do kind of have a little bit of the oil residue on your skin, which for me is a good thing because it does leave your skin feeling moisturized and hydrated, and it just has that bouncy, plumping kind of feeling on your skin. So for those of you who tend to like the oil cleansing method where you use a cloth that is not emulsifying, but you're slightly intrigued by an oil cleanser that does emulsify off with water, I think this is that happy medium and you might want to give this a try. It's gorgeous, beautiful, smells amazing. The price point is right. Definitely give this a peek if you are interested at all in Lib Botanical, or like I said, an emulsifying oil cleanser, or if you've heard that oil cleansers are either too stripping, or if you've been reluctant because you tend to have oily skin, or if there's just something that's been holding you back, this is a great one to try. And again, I have a code with Lib Botanical. Check that out down below. And then finally, this is the Blissoma Mild Rice Facial Cleanser. And when I did my video on Tata Harper, Is It Worth It? I don't think I mentioned this, and I wish that I would have, because I feel like this is a great replacement for the Tata Harper Regenerating Cleanser. It kind of serves the same purpose in my skincare repertoire. So this is one of those cleansers that has a physical exfoliant in it, and I believe the physical exfoliant in here comes from the rice powder. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to get a sense of it from the cutaway, but you do feel of that very gentle physical exfoliant, very similar to the Tata Harper Regenerating Cleanser. I would say this is even more mild, and it does have a very similar scent to the Tata Harper. It's different, but it's kind of in the same vein, just a very refreshing, kind of citrusy type of scent, leans a little bit herbal, but like I said, very refreshing and bright. So very similar scent profile. And what I like to do is I like to use this after I use either a balm cleanser or an oil cleanser, especially one that does not emulsify with water. And in general, I like to use this as a second cleanse. And again, that is how I liked to use the Tata Harper Regenerating Cleanser. In general, I have moved away from Tata Harper, really no interest in purchasing from Tata Harper anymore. Really prefer to purchase from indie brands whenever I can. And I think pretty much everything here that I have mentioned is an indie brand. And I know a couple of you have been asking about a replacement for the Tata Harper Regenerating Cleanser, and this is definitely it. This is my strong recommendation for that. And then finally, once again, I am going to mention the Kotashina cleansers that I have. These are sort of honorable mentions, the face wash gel and the cleansing milk. I have to tell you guys, I am so in love with these. I would say this cleansing milk has become my favorite milky, creamy type of cleanser. And then the face wash gel, I would say actually, and this is very much of an aside, this has become for me a replacement for the Earthwise Beauty Marshmallow Cleanser, because this does have that very silky feeling, very similar to the Earthwise Beauty. The scent is a green tea type of scent though, so a very different scent. But I am so reluctant to recommend these because you can only get them from the Japanese website. So when I run out of these, I am going to take the leap and purchase from the website. I think the shipping is going to be quite expensive, but I will take that leap, but I have not yet done so. But when I do, I will let you know how the shipping experience goes. If any of you have ever purchased from Kotashina, or you have decided to go ahead and take that leap, do let me know. If you decide you want to go ahead and do that, I am in love with their body lotion, the green tea body lotion. I also purchased that while I was in Japan, and I am almost out of that. So once I complete these 2 tubes, I am definitely going to be repurchasing that. I am also going to get the body lotion. And then my friend who I was in Japan with, she purchased their cream. It was like in a tub, the green tea cream, face cream, that just looked so gorgeous. So I might also have to get that as well. But anyway, I will keep you posted on that. So that wraps it up for all of the cleansers that I am currently using and that I am absolutely loving at the moment. Let me know what your favorite cleansers are at the moment. And like I said, if you do have a recommendation to replace the Earthwise Beauty Marshmallow Cleanser for myself and for all of us out there who are lamenting the closure of Earthwise Beauty, please do let us know down below. I hope you guys are all doing well. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get out my next video. I hope it will be in the next few weeks, but until then, I hope you all are having a beautiful summer, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.